Hi, my name is Carsten, and I'm trying to talk on about music that I like on my channel here. And as many of you now know, I'm trying to recreate my old uh, collection of music because I lost 1106 vinyls and 600 plus CDs a couple of years back. This is what I got hold of and bought during the month of June. And I would like to start out with some, maybe for somebody a little bit different, but this is some country music with Alan Jackson. Uh, this is here in the real world. Alan Jackson has sold more than 75 million albums over the years. He has 66 songs on the country billboards, and he has produced 22 studio albums. The latest was Where Have You Gone, which came out here in 2021. But these ones are the older stuff. The first one here was from 1989. Then in 1991 we got this one, Don't Rock the Jukebox. You got this one, A Lot About Living, from 1992. Then we have Who Am I from 1994. And at list we got Everything I Love from 1995. I bought these 5 pieces for about $11. So, and while I was touring a lot in the United States back in the 80s and early 90s, you couldn't avoid listening to some Alan Jackson music on the radio stations where I was traveling across the country. And at that time you didn't bring your own music, because when you lived in Europe and traveled to the United States, you didn't bring a lot of CDs with you. You bought CDs on your trip and brought them back to Europe, because a lot of stuff that with bands, some of them never came into the shops in Europe. But this was in a box set like that. So that's how you get that low price. But I think I like Alan Jackson, and I think this is a nice collection to add to my own collection. Then I've been chasing this one for quite a long time. Finally found it. This is Lynyrd Skynyrd's Endangered Species, which is an album that is special because all the music is acoustic, and you still have Gary Rossington and Ed King on board, and you get really good old hits from Lynyrd Skynyrd's past, like Down South Junking, Saturday Night Special, I Ain't the One, Poison Whiskey, and the never ending story about Sweet Home Alabama. And of course you also got a title track from the previous album, The Last Rebel, that came out in 1993. So that's really a special, but I like it. I mean, it reminds me, or it might have inspired Saga to do Symmetry, which is the same thing, where you take a lot of their big hits and just play them acoustic. And then Saga, the never-ending story. I had got the album, The Chapters Live, a couple of months ago, and I really thought, okay, now I have all 16 chapters that was produced over a time span of 25 years. So now I thought, why not have them all on your CDs? So you have not only on the 8 different CDs but also the complete collection where they played it live. So I bought another box set where you got Saga's Wildest Dreams, which is one of the albums that didn't have any chapters. Then I got Heads on Tails, and here you got another album without any chapters on, but still a very good album. Then I got Saga's Behavior, again one of the albums without any chapters. And then you got this one, Twilight Image. This is where you get It's Time, which is chapter 3, and Images, which is the first chapter, the chapter where you see at least that the text, or that our good friend Mr. Albert Einstein is sitting and making drawings on the sidewalks, and the rain comes and pours it all away. But this is from 1987, and it's a really strong album. And then in the package they also got this How Do I Look, which is a live album, and it was a live tour that was promoting the Wildest Dreams album, so a lot of the stuff from here is the same, but you get Too Much to Lose. Chapter 7 is played on this, On the Loose, Wind Him Up. I mean, you got a lot of very notable and songs from the band here. And then, as I said, I was trying to get the full all 8 albums where the chapters are, so I got from 2003 chapters. I got this one called Marathon, and here you got chapter 12 and chapter 16 and chapter 14. So Streets of Gold, You Know I Know, and Worlds Apart are the chapters on this one, but the rest of the stuff is really good too, so just recommend it. Of course, then you have House of Cards. Here you get chapter 11, Ashes to Ashes, and chapter 15, We'll Meet Again. This is a special version. It's like a small booklet, hardcover. So, and here you get all the texts, and you get to see the whole band, and you have like illustrations with the and the lyrics, and at the end you get the CD. House of Cards 2001 Saga. So the last one I was missing was Full Circle from 1999. There you have chapter 9, chapter 13 and chapter 10, and again you got a lot of good music on this. I mean, Saga doesn't make bad things, to my opinion or taste. I think it's a very nice album, and I'm looking forward to see Saga. Saga is going to tour Europe in the fall of this year, and as far as I know, there's a planned concert in Copenhagen, Denmark. Two concerts actually, one in Aarhus and the other one in Copenhagen, and I am planning on seeing one of those. And it's really a nice thing that we can start go to concerts again. So hopefully they don't postpone it. Okay, that was Saga. Now I'm going to something different. Here is Uriah Heep's Look at Yourself. This is one of the many Uriah Heep albums I had on vinyl, and this part here on the vinyl was like a mirror, so you were actually looking at yourself when you pulled it out of your stash. You got this very the title number is fantastic, and you got July Morning, which is a classic from Uriah Heep, and Tears in My Eye. It's a decent album. It's not, to my opinion, their best, but it's a very good album. Then I got a newer version of Uriah Heep here with Sea of the Light, and with this fantastic cover art from Roger Dean. You got Mick Box, guitars and vocals, Lee Kerslake, drums and vocals, both from the founding time, Trevor Bolder on bass guitar, bass guitar and vocals, Phil Lanson keyboards and vocals, and Bernie Shaw vocals. It's a very good album. I really liked it because it's I mean, you don't have to live in the past and only like the stuff that the band did when they had the original lineups, but this one is very good, and it's from 1995. So Uriah Heep, Sea of Light, recommendable. Then I got another Roger Dean cover here on Yes Classics. This is an album compiled by Chris Squire, so you get a lot of the numbers where guitars playing a role, like Heart of Sunrise, Wanderer's Stories, Just No Disgrace, Long Distance Runaround, The Fish, and I've Seen All Good People. So these are the numbers. You got And You and I and Roundabout, so 9 tracks on this one. And if you're a Yes fan, you just need to have the new collection. So that's why I bought it. Actually, it was the cheapest CD I bought at when it wasn't in a 5-pack, because this one cost me less than €3. So it's about $3 for this album, and it was worth the effort to get it and the money to pay for it. So I also had one new release from this past month. Actually, the album came out on May 28th, but here in Germany you couldn't get it in the stores. I went down to, we have 2 chain stores here, Saturn and MediaMarkt, and I went down to those 2 shops at least 5 times, and they didn't have it. They said they could get it, but they didn't have it, and they complained that it was the company that released them that was not, but that's bullshit. The problem is that their CD department is shrinking all the time. But anyhow, this is Kansas, To the Point of No Return, Live and Beyond. Again, a fantastic album from Kansas, and you get songs from at least 10, not at least, but from 10 different albums in their catalog. And you start out with Cold Gray Morning, and then 2 Cents Worth, The Wall, and so forth. And if you take out the booklet, which is in here, you see this fantastic art, and if you open it up, you can see the whole thing. This is fantastic. But as I said, you got songs from Freaks of Nature, 2 from Mask, Leftoverture, Song for America, Prelude, Imprisoned Power, Kansas, the debut, and from Monolith. So you really get all over the stuff. They play, of course, To the Point of No Return in its running order. So because it's the 40th anniversary concert, it was recorded mainly in 2020, just before the COVID hit us. A couple of places where tracks were recorded in 2019. I expect, because unfortunately Kansas has postponed their tour here in Europe. They should have been here, or should come in the late fall October, November this year, but they have postponed it for another year, so I have to wait another year to go to Berlin to see them live. I hope when they go there, I expect that mainly this will be the setlist, but I hope they also put on something from the newest album, Absence of Presence, because that was my choice of album of the year 2020. Well, that was all from me this time. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any comments on my purchases, and then please leave a comment below, and thank you for listening. Goodbye, and see you next time with a review of Kansas to the Point of No Return, Live and Beyond. Thank you.